You can spread out and allow the weight of your body to settle, maybe a little bit more with each exhale. Either close your eyes or take a soft gaze. As we slow down and deepen our breath, we can begin to slow down our entire internal pace, creating some space between noticing and doing. As we tune in and really feel each pose, each moment, any fine-tuning, any action, any adjustment can be done with purpose, using our full intellect, our wisdom we have, all of our resources, rather than just acting habitually. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open them as it's useful for you. And let's go ahead and stretch, arms overhead, reach through your fingers and toes. Head, tailbone, getting as long as you can, and then interlace your fingers. Press out through your palms, flex your feet, reaching through the heels of your hands, the heels of your feet. And then release, bring your right knee to your chest, grab hold of it, hug it in close. Give it a little jiggle or rock. Straighten the right leg up, holding somewhere behind your leg. Flex and point your foot a few times. Deep flex, full point. And then a couple of big ankle circles. Go as slow as you need to so you really are feeling all of it, both directions. Bend your knee in, open your knee out to the right, and then straighten part way or all the way out to the side, grounding down through the back of the left leg. And then release, bend your knee, bring it across, spinal twist. First with a bent knee. And then straighten right leg on a low diagonal, right arm on a high diagonal. Let's release, roll back onto your back, bring both knees in, take a little circle or rock, massaging the lower back and sacrum into the floor. And then grab hold of just the left knee, drop the right leg long, squeeze left knee in close, straighten left leg up, flex and point. circle your ankle. A couple times one way. A couple times the other way. Bend your knee in, open your knee out to the left, and then straighten part way or all the way out to the side, grounding down through the back of the right leg. Finding just the right amount of effort, continuing to relax what's not needed, especially face, jaw, eyes. Let's bend the left knee and guide it across for a spinal twist. First with a bent knee. And then try straightening. Left leg on a low diagonal, left arm on a high diagonal. And release, roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in, take a little circle or rock. Let's drop feet to the floor, getting set up for a little bit of core work. Draw the belly in, press the lower back down from the inside. Interlace fingers behind your head. Exhale, lift head and chest up. Inhale, release down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Let's take two more. Last one. Release down. Now bring the right leg up. Exhale, head up towards your leg. Inhale, head down. Keep going like this. Up and down. Try not to use too much arm strength or momentum. Let it be abdominals contracting that leads the movement. One more on this side. And then switch. Left leg high. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Let's take two more. Last one. Switch again. Right leg high. This time left arm across. Each time you exhale, reach a little further across. One more. Switch. Left leg high. Right arm across. Last one. And release. Stretch long through arms and legs. Bring your knees in. Then make our way all the way up onto feet. Feet hip width apart. Shift your hands to the floor in front of your feet. Take a little rock front to back. As you rock your weight forward, getting a stretch through the toes. As you rock back, getting into calves and ankles, Achilles tendon. And you don't have to have mobility you don't have. You're just exploring what your range is. Let's drop heels to the floor, lift the hips. Hang in ragdoll. Feet hip width apart. Parallel. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. You can take any arm position. Bend your knees a little more, slowly roll up, and coming all the way up to standing. With feet hip width apart, let's bend the knees just a little bit so you're not locking. Circle the right ankle a couple times outside, a couple times inside. Same thing other side, left leg, circling the ankle, outside and inside. And then let's circle the right arm, big circles. You can play around with speed, fast or slow. You can play around with quality, whether you involve your whole body or just isolate at the shoulder. Circle forward a few times. Left arm back. Left arm forward. Varying speed, quality, warming up your body. And then bring both arms up. And let's circle one arm forward and the other arm backward as best you can. This is tricky. See if you can make a full circle, passing through those awkward places. If you get lost, you can start at the top again and then see if you can follow a full circle. If you get it slow, you might try a few fast. And then release and shake that out. Take a swing, side to side, let your arms hit your body like rope. And slow that down. We'll bring the hands into loose fists and let's pat all the soft parts of the legs. The fronts, the backs, the insides, the outsides. Play around with speed, pressure, waking all the parts of your body up with touch. Can come up to standing gently on the lower back, maybe a little harder on the hips, gently on the belly. Can do both arms, all the soft parts. Gently on the chest, shoulders, and then bring your hands to fingertips to do your neck and head and face. And then shake out the hands, shake your arms, shake your legs, shake your whole body, even your face. And then gather the energy up into mountain pose. You can have your feet either together or apart, but imagine actually gathering energy from the earth, up through the soles of the feet, up through the spine, past the top of the head, standing so tall. Bring hands together at the heart. And let's take a full A-series sun salutation. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive down. Inhale, lengthen, partway up. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. So take the time you need for all your transitions, and then here we'll rest. Could be in down dog. You could drop down to your knees and take child's pose, or come to your forearms, or come to sitting. Each time we come to a rest, whatever shape you choose to do that in, slow down your breath again. Recenter, recommit to feeling what's here now. One more deep breath in and out. Coming back through down dog, step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Fold forward, swan dive down. Lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time from down dog, let's take the right leg up. Bend your knee in and start circling this bent right knee in the biggest circle you can make, exploring your full range of motion. If you would rather do this from hands and knees, you could drop the left knee to the floor, finding your way. How does this work best for you? Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a bit higher, and then bring your right knee towards right upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across. Reach it up and back. All right, towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge, arms up. Sink low. Feeling where you are, fine-tuning. Is there anything to open, lengthen, expand? Is there anything to release or ground? Last breath here. Tip forward. Standing splits. Hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. We'll do this with hips square and with the upper body letting go like ragdoll. Last breath here. Big step back, warrior one. What is there to let go of? Can you have all the effort of being in this shape and ease? One more breath here. Release. Make your way back to down dog. You might take a vinyasa. You might just step back. Feel what you are doing, whatever that is. From down dog, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in, start circling. This bent left knee in the biggest circle you can make. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a bit higher. And then bring your left knee towards left upper arm, reach it up and back. Take it across. Send it up and back. All right, towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge. Settling in, feeling what's here. Last breath. Tip forward. Standing splits. Square off the hips. Stretch that right leg as long as you can. Let your head hang. One more breath here. Big step back. Warrior one. Last breath. Release. Make your way back to a good resting pose. Any movement transition, and then really any neutral shape. One isn't better than another. Finding a shape where you can release what's just finished. What's done is done. Last breath here. Let's come back up through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's take just the right arm up as we inhale. Come over to a side bend. Big reach like a yawn, strong core supporting you. Reach a little further out as you come up. Release down. Same thing other side. Reach a little further out to come up. Release down. Interlace your fingers. Press out through your palms. Take your arms up by your ears. Shoulders drop, but arms reach straight. And then rise up onto your toes for a little balance. So that could be just a slight lift of the heels. Could come all the way up or anywhere in between. Relaxing your face, even as you might be wobbling or falling. Can you fall with ease? Begin to fold forward, trying to stay in balance. You can bring your hands to your legs wherever they meet. The upper legs or further down. Make sure you're not locking your knees. Little bend or even a big bend. And then release, drop your hands, drop your heels. Drop your head, let that go. Bend your knees, arms up, inhale, chair. Utkatasana, sending the hips back and down like you're sitting into a chair. Head high, shoulders low, fingers high. One more breath here. Release, fold forward. Inhaling, flat back. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up. Big step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three. Find your balance, square off the hips. Connect the end points. Feel your head lengthening away from the left foot. Last breath here. Step back, warrior one. Let's open right out to warrior two, shifting hips and arms to the side. Deep bend in the right leg. Flip the right palm to face the ceiling. Reverse warrior two. Right arm high. Straighten the front leg, triangle, reach out to come down. You can bring your hand to your shin, your ankle, a block, or the floor. Pulling up through the top arm, creating space, length, opening. Last breath here. Release. Make your way back to down dog. From down dog, left leg sweeps up, big step forward, high lunge, arms up. Warrior 3. So attending to the details that you are aware of, finding your alignment as best you can. Big step back. Warrior 1. Open out. Warrior 2. Flip the left palm, reverse warrior. Straighten the front leg, triangle. One more breath. Release. Make your way back to a good resting pose. Any movement along the way, any neutral shape. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog. Step or hop your feet forward, inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up, inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. So let's take a couple of balancing poses. We'll start with tree. So you can feel your weight into the floor, both feet grounded, maybe shifting side to side or front to back, tuning into the soles of the feet. And then over to one side. Right leg comes up as high as you can. Could be all the way at your inner thigh. Could be as low as you need, maybe even the inner ankle. Anywhere above or below your knee. Arms can be out to the side to steady you. If you feel steady, you could bring hands together or arms up, and you can always bring them back out to the side. Let's release, shake it out. Take a moment on 2 feet. Shift over to The other side. Can continually adjust, big or small, changing the arm position, changing where your eyes are resting, a steady gaze in front of you, or challenging yourself by closing your eyes. And also notice all the adjustments that just happen. Your body is continually in movement, finding your balance, realigning. Let's release, shake that out. Let's take another balance. We'll do a quad stretch. Right leg comes back and grab hold of your foot with one or both hands. The other arm could be out in front of you or on a chair or a wall, or both hands at the foot. As you do this, see if you can drop your tailbone a little bit more, engage through the belly a little bit more, actively opening the front of the right hip. Let's release. Shake that out. Finding balance on 2 feet. Take the other leg back. Other arm can be out or 2 hands at the hips. Release, shake that out. Let's bring feet hip width apart again. Hands to the top of the buttocks. Roll your shoulders back. Roll your elbows back. Lift the chest. Heart high. As high as you can. And release, fold forward. And grab your big toes with the first 2 finger and thumb. Good grip. Lengthen. Fold, pull the head towards the floor. Release. Let's lower the hips. Come into a squat, malasana. Your heels may or may not come to the floor. You might widen your stance or turn the toes out. You might use supportive props. You can sit on a block or even a couple blocks. You could slide a blanket under your heels. How does this work for this body now? Let's open up the knees using the elbows, and as best you can, roll your shoulders back and down. So the chest is open, spine nice and long. We'll work our root lock here, Mula Bandha. Same as a Kegel exercise. As you exhale, draw the pelvic floor muscles in and up. As you inhale, release that. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. And then engage and keep holding, keep breathing. Drawing in strongly through the bottom and connecting that up to the top. Feel the full length and space that you take up. Let's release. Come back to a forward fold. Any arm position you want to take here. Could hang and ragdoll. Could give your own neck and shoulders a little squeeze, or take a handful of your hair, pulling your head towards the floor. Could interlace your fingers behind your back. Let's make our way back to down dog. Any movement you want to take is welcome, a vinyasa or something else. From down dog, let's come into a pigeon pose on the right side. Slide the right knee forward, scoot back through the left leg. Help the hips get as low as they'll go and see if some support might be useful for you here. A little something under the hip or chest or forehead. Let's release, bring the upper body back up. If you have something under your hip that's in your way, you can move it so that you can lean to the right, slide the left knee forward, shift the knees over to the other side, and then send your right leg back. And if that didn't get you into a good pigeon pose, find your way there. You might adjust the angle of your front leg. You might set up some props. You can choose your arm position. Being purposeful about what you're doing. We've each probably done these poses enough times that we could go on to autopilot. Pigeon, oh, I know that. Come into it without much thought. And while there's some benefit to just putting our bodies in these shapes and checking out, the benefit increases so much when we bring our full presence, curiosity, opening to the subtlety of the moment. Bring the upper body back up. If you have something under your hip, move it so you can lean to the left. Bring the right foot to the outside of the left knee, getting set up for a seated spinal twist. Now this can be done with a straight or bent bottom leg. You might straighten the left leg, see how that feels. You might bend it, see how that feels. Choose the one that works better for you. Right hand to the floor behind you. Left arm either hugs the knee or hooks to the outside of the knee. Each inhale, more height. Each exhale, is there any deeper twist? So we are exploring our limits very consciously, very carefully. Last breath here. Release, unwind. Switch. Bottom leg straight or bent. Left hand to the floor behind you. Right arm hugs or hooks. Lengthen. Twist. Last breath here. Let's release, unwind. Take a windshield wiper side to side. Let the knees flop one way and the other. As you're on one hip, you might rub that hip into the floor like a bear would do against a tree, kind of catching the bones between, or the muscles between your bones and the floor. Then roll back onto your back. And bring your knees in. And take a little circle or rock here, releasing the lower back. Let's drop feet to the floor, getting set up for bridge. Feet hip width apart, parallel. Feet right under knees. Press your feet into the floor. Feel how that naturally lifts the hips. And then go ahead and let the hips come up as high as they'll go. Once the hips are high enough, you can interlace fingers behind your back. You might rock side to side to shrug your shoulders under you a little more. Check that the knees are still, just hip width apart, maybe engaging inner legs. Take your arms out of your way, roll down, and rest. A few moments of ease after the effort. So let's take a few more back bends, and you can choose how many, which ones, and how long you stay in each one. So rest here until you actually feel like coming up again. If you don't feel like coming up again, you can just enjoy the rest. If you do want to come up again, you can take bridge, what we just did, or half wheel or full wheel or supported bridge or any other variation you know or want to try. But please do so consciously, listening to the real-time feedback your body is giving you now. Stay as long or short as you like in each pose. Maybe it's just 1 or 2 breaths. Maybe it's a long hold. Whether you're back bending, transitioning, or resting, feeling what you're doing. You can keep going like this until you don't want to come up anymore. So if you are still back bending, no rush. Keep going with that. If you're done, what would feel like a good counter stretch to you? I'm going to suggest happy baby. You can grab the soles of the feet on the inside. Pressing knees towards the floor and exploring what's touching the floor. Any opening in the legs. We are moving towards the end of class, so this is a great time to practice asking yourself, what do I need? What do I want? Listening to your body's natural intelligence to tuning into that. So you might finish with a twist. You might take an inversion. You might take a restorative pose. Maybe it's not even a yoga pose, just some movement or touch. There's no right or wrong way for you to explore and care for your body. Try and stay present with what you're doing. Each time you finish something, you can ask again, what now? And when nothing else is needed, get set up in your final resting pose, Shavasana. Get as comfortable as you can with props or clothing. Eventually settling into stillness. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, move your wrists and ankles. Deepen your breath. Take a big yawning reach. When you're ready, bring your knees in. Roll to one side. Using your hands to help you up to sitting. bring hands together at the heart. And just take a moment to silently thank yourself for your practice, for showing up. You might let that gratitude expand out wherever it feels easy in this moment. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks so much for joining me today.